All right, number 4. Let's get into a good rhythm. Chen, would you like to have a go?
Hi, William.
Good evening. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah, give it
okay.
your best shot.
Thank you, William. I'm ready.
Yeah, go for it.
Once horses were domesticated, they were used frequently as an alternate mode of transport to our own 2 feet. Before long, they were pulling around our baggage on wheeled cats. The wheeled cat is thought to have originated approximately 6,000 years ago, but it is impossible to tell without more advanced carbon dating technology. It is difficult to see whether horse riding or wheeled cats came first, but they certainly make a useful pair.
Yeah. All right. So firstly, let me just say fantastic fluency, really beautiful flow of speech. Right.
Thank you.
That fluency level is practically native. So really well done. Right. And especially considering there were quite a few difficult words in there, like, for example, domesticated and so on. You managed to kind of pull it off without having too many hesitations. So really well done there. Okay. My main comments in your case are mostly from a pronunciation perspective. Okay. One of the things I would recommend for you is similar to what I said to one of the previous students, which was you need to kind of enunciate your vowels a bit more clearly and open your mouth wider when you say them. All right.
Okay.
In your case, there's a couple of words, for example, the word cart, which really do require some mouth extension. Okay. So can you try that for me? So say wheeled cart.
Wheeled cart.
Yeah, that was much better. Right. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to emphasize the difference between the vowels. So for example, the word wheeled has a strong E sound. And what's happening with your mouth when you produce an E is you're getting the cheek muscles here, the side muscles, and pulling outwards like this, like you're doing a big smile. Wheeled like that, right? Whereas
Okay.
word cart is the opposite. Instead of pulling the cheeks out, what you're doing is you're pulling the jaw down instead, that direction. So it's cart. Right. So if I'm doing a bit of an exaggerated vowel sound, right?
Okay.
But what I mean by that is that there's quite a large difference in terms of how you produce those vowels, and the bigger the difference is, the more clear your speech is, because we can tell which word you're trying to say.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I actually have zero knowledge about the detailed pronunciation methods of the vowels, so I
Yeah, that's fine.
made
That's fine.
pretty much many mistakes in this
It's not
pronunciation.
a problem. In fact, a lot of the things I'm teaching now, it's not specifically related to English. In fact, for example, let's say you're an opera singer in China, right? The same rules also apply. When you're singing, you have to open your mouth quite widely as well. This is just like, it's almost like fundamental pronunciation, regardless of language, you
Okay.
might say. One other thing that I would point out is again, I think your individual word pronunciation. So if I was looking word by word, wasn't that bad. Okay. But your sentence overall was pitching a little bit flat. So what I mean by that is that you're not really pushing your voice very much. The volume level is a little bit soft, right? And sometimes it sounds a bit like you're whispering rather than speaking out loud. Right. So, for example, if I was to do a bit of an imitation, it would sound a little bit like this. Once horses were domesticated, they were used frequently as an alternate mode of transport to our own 2 feet. Before long, they were pulling around our baggage on wheeled carts. Right. So, although I'm not strictly speaking mispronouncing the words terribly, you can hear that it's not very clear because your voice is staying on one level. Right. If you want to kind of really push it a little bit, what you want to do is you want to make it sound a bit more interesting, a bit more dramatic. And what that means is increasing from the high pitch down to the low pitch, making a kind of bigger difference, if that makes sense.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. So it's something which I usually say to everyone. Right. A lot of people think pronunciation is all about, can I pronounce individual words? Right. So, a lot of people, when they look at a reading, they always think, it's a lot of hard words like domesticated or carbon dating technology. Actually, those words are not that important. What's much more important is how you produce an entire sentence. You always want to think of it kind of like voice acting, right? I usually say, don't worry too much about individual pronunciations. Pretend you're like an actor delivering a line. You want the whole sentence to have like a kind of nice, comfortable flow to it. Yeah. And not just for Chen, of course. That obviously applies to everybody's reading. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.